Welcome back to Information and Insights. I'm Dr. Stephen Hampe, candidate for the Rome City School District's Board of Education. In the first installment, the questions, why are you running, and from where does the funding come to pay for quote-unquote every possible resource come, were covered. But there's one major myth that should be addressed right from the start. Just what can a board member do or promise? I'm certain that everybody who runs for a Board of Education seat starts with the sincerest belief that they're going to be a mover and a shaker. And that's a wonderful, if naive, motivation, one that I'll admit to having myself. But there's a cold splash of reality that hits you when you take your seat on the board. First of all, and many aren't aware of this, but Board of Education members are the only elected officials in New York State required to receive training, board boot camp it's called. And it's where the basics of budgeting, understanding the state aid process, capital project planning, and board operations are explained. It's also where you'll learn quickly there will be severe limitation on any moving or shaking you may have intended. Most directly, New York Education Law Section 1606 states, quote, "The powers committed to the school board members must be exercised by members as a whole or entity, and not by an individual member." In other words, board members have no individual authority. Any power comes only when they sit as a board. In fact, it's made exquisitely clear individual board members have no more power over the day-to-day operations in a school district than any other citizen of that district. Boot camp clarifies that if a member of the community approaches a board member with a problem, the most appropriate intervention from the board member is to assist that person with navigating the district administration's chain of command, but that's as far as it can go. It is not appropriate to promise any outcomes or volunteer to insert oneself into the dispute. Of course, board members do have a significant oversight role in the district. They are responsible for hiring and supervising the superintendent, developing policy, and offering guidance in preparing the budget so that it aligns with the overall vision and goals of the district, which are set collaboratively by the board and the superintendent. Two of the more contentious issues that arose in the past few years, however, it's not the board's job to review line by line the curriculum produced by the district's educational professionals, nor is it their job to, again, pore over the budget prepared by finance professionals, line by line, thinking they'll get to tinker with it. The board works in broad strokes, focusing on the big picture. It examines the overall direction of the curriculum, not whether there are enough formative questions in the living environment course. It considers the general priorities of the budget, not whether too much money is being spent on copier paper. Ultimately, as shared by the New York School Boards Association New Board Member Handbook, quote, "As a school board member, you are a representative of your community and you are a leader of your district. You are a steward of both your district's children and its tax dollars, and you are an advocate for all students, public education, and an educated public." This has been Information and Insights. I'm Dr. Stephen Hampe, and I'd appreciate your vote on May 18th for the Rome City School District Board of Education.